Recruiter here to review your resumes. The resume we have up first is a data engineer. This person has told me they cannot get callbacks from recruiters, so I'm here to help you get callbacks from recruiters and hiring managers, because my advice works for both the recruiter and the hiring manager, because any advice that's only for just recruiters is bad advice. Let me be honest. So what do we need for a data engineer? We need Python, ETL or ELT, SQL Cloud, and plus S3, or whatever the Azure and GCP equivalent of AWS's S3 is. I need data lakes, data models, data, anything involving data. Then I need to see the ability to manage and communicate data plans to non-technical people and meet multiple deadlines. This is huge. People have a misconception in tech that they are going to be the smartest person ever, and they're going to be working on very cool, awesome tech. The problem is, at 90% of companies, what you're going to be doing is working on tech and helping Bob, who cannot turn on his monitor, understand why you use SQL and cloud to make your data lakes. And in fact, what a data lake is. So you need to be able to communicate what complex data plans are to Bob, who cannot turn on their monitor. And we need to see that through your resume. We need to see big data, Kafka, Spark, Hadoop, Git. We need to see your industry, and then rare but nice to have is Tableau, Power BI, AI, ML, BigQuery, Snow, and CI/CD. So, my goal is to fix this resume up enough so that you get a 1 in 7 interview application ratio, which is what people get when they use my method. They get 1 interview per 7 applications, which is how you can tell how good or bad your resume is. If your application is getting about 50 interviews to 50 applications to 1 interview, it's a solid resume. If it takes you more than 50 applications to get a single interview, it's bad. This person did not tell me their ratio, so we do not know how good or bad it is. But mine gives you a 1 in 7. So, my dog is chomping in the background. That is what that weird little noise is. He has a very loud toy. So let's see what we can find in 20 seconds. Recruiters only have 20 seconds to mess up the formatting. There we go. Let's go back. There we go. Only have 20 seconds to find what we need. If we cannot find it in 20 seconds, we cannot move forward with your resume. So 20 seconds on the clock, and we're about to start and go. None of this matters. None of this matters. Where's your education? Okay, where is it? Okay, all the way at the bottom. Got it. All right. Let's see. This doesn't matter. Re-architected the OPT verification, reducing latency and time. Whoo, boy, this is a garbage resume. All right, so let me break it down why it's bad. First off, your formatting is atrocious. You need to use this formatting. This is how you do it. The link is below. You should definitely use this formatting. Second, there is a difference between keywords and qualifications. A qualification is what recruiters are hunting for. A keyword is not. So, what is the difference between a keyword and qualification? Well, a keyword is what the hiring team needs. This is this. This is considered a keyword list. But a qualification is a keyword plus how you used it, plus the business reasons that you've used it. So, the impact, the why you did it, which is, again, non-technical why, plus where you did it. So if it's not what, how, why, where, it does not count. And if you notice, this tells me what, this tells me how, this kind of tells me why, but it does not tell me where you did this. So this does not count because it needs to be under a job. Then the technical skills section. Are those things that I am looking for? Yes. Are they showing how you use them or why you use them? No. So they do not count. So already, if you noticed, I had to waste so much time looking for what I needed because of the bad formatting and this irrelevant stuff that I wasted a lot of time. That is almost their entire first page. So then we go down to here, and this should be, this format was bad. I actually missed it. This needs to look like this. It needs to look like this and this to make it clearer. I actually missed this. Also, you've only been there for like 8 months. That's not a lot. That's not a lot at all. Served as the senior data engineer in Apple's, responsible for designing cloud data backend optimization at ETL. That does not tell me what you did. That tells me how you did it. That tells me what you did and how you did it. It does not tell me why you did it. Why did you do the infrastructure ETL? Why did you use AWS and GCP? I do not know. You did not tell me. So then we go down to here, and this is a bunch of hot dogs. So what a hot dog is in hiring is, I want you to imagine that you're hungry. You go to Headless Headhunter's Hamburger Shack, and you'd be like, "Hello, Headless Hamburger, Headless whatever." I can't even pronounce that. I go to the waiter and I'd be like, "Yo, I'd like a hamburger." So the waiter says, "All right, you want a hamburger? I'll come back and get you a hamburger." So they come back and they say, "Here is your 3 hot dogs." And they give you a plate of 3 hot dogs, and you'd be like, "I wanted a hamburger. Why are you giving me hot dogs?" And they say, "Well, a hamburger has meat just like a hot dog. A hamburger has buns just like a hot dog. And a hamburger can have like pickles, cheese, and onions just like a hot dog. So when you said a hamburger, what you really meant was a hot dog. And I assure you, good sir, these are the best hot dogs you will ever have in your life. You would walk away without paying because you did not want a hot dog, you wanted a hamburger." And that is exactly the same problem here, is re-architected the OTP generation and verification system, reducing latency from 300 milliseconds to under 10 milliseconds. Hot dog. Using AWS, hamburger. Lambda, hamburger. For compute. Elasticatch, hot dog. For DynamoDB, hot dog. API, hot dog. Hot dog. Engineered and AI powered. That's an extra credit. Financial automation system. Okay, good. You tell me what you did. Using GCP. What do you mean workflows? Cloud Function and Firestore. Hot dog. Reducing manual processing overhead. What does that mean? I don't know. You didn't tell me. And improving the end-to-end workflow reliability. Hot dog. None of those things mean anything. And again, you're trying to impress me with your 300 milliseconds to under 10 milliseconds. No, you will never impress me. You cannot impress the person reading your resume because that's not what it's built for. I need you to take this resume and I need you to delete it and start again, because there is almost nothing in here I can use. I found ETL, but you didn't tell me how you did it. I found AWS, but you didn't tell me how you did it or why you did it. And I found, oh gosh, was that it? I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. I found cloud and ETL, and that was it. I did not see Python. I did not see SQL. I did not see data models, data lakes. I did not see that you can manage and communicate data plans to non-technical people. I did not see that you can meet multiple deadlines. I did not see any big data. I did not see Git. I did not see I did see the industry, and I did not see Tableau, Power BI, BigQuery, Snow, or CI/CD. That is why you are struggling to get interviews, is because your resume's formatting is terrible. You have filled your resume with keywords but no qualifications, which is why you're getting rejected. And in the bullet points, you have a bunch of hot dogs, and hot dogs get you rejected. Hamburgers get you hired. And my goal is to make you fill this with hamburgers. I was about to write a hamburger here, but I don't think my drawing skills are good enough to do that. So delete this resume, start again. And that is all I can do for this one. But before we go to the next resume, I just want to say to all of my members, they get access to my videos early. Thank you very much for supporting my channel. I am a small channel, and your membership allows me to keep doing what I'm doing, so I can give this advice for everybody. So thank you for keeping the lights on this channel for my members. Thank you very much. And if anybody wants to join, they can join in the link below to get access to my videos early and support me. But again, thank you for keeping the lights on, my members. And then if you ever need more help, you can always join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter and right here on YouTube. But that is it for this resume, and we're about to do another 4. Next resume. This is an AI engineer intern. So every single intern needs 4 things. They need their degree, because we need to make sure you're still enrolled. We need to see a basic understanding of your industry, and I mean basic understanding. Then we need to see that you can explain, that you can take direction and criticism, and that you can work well and take directions from others. That is it. Those are the 4 things every single intern needs. This person, let's see, we do not have any notes besides they have about 100-to-1 ratio, which is bad. So the actual specifics of an AI intern is degree, a basic software engineer understanding. You do not need all of these. You just need 1 or 2 of these: Python, TypeScript, JavaScript, React, SQL, Git, Cloud, or APIs. Then a basic understanding of AI is AI, ML, RAG, Gen AI, Agentic AI, AI, ML, AI tools, LangGraph, or LangChain. Again, you do not need all of those. You just need like 1 or 2 or 3 of them. And then I need to see that you can explain technical concepts to non-technical people. Again, part of your job as an AI engineer is going to be explaining to Bob why this RAG is better than ChatGPT, and how ChatGPT, while powerful, cannot do your laundry. So stop asking me to code your ChatGPT to do your laundry. You will have to deal with Bob. So you need to tell me how you can explain it. And then again, take direction, criticism, work well together with others. Those are, every single intern needs those. So 20 seconds is on the clock. Let's see what we can and cannot find. I imagine I'm going to find 1 or 2 things, but not enough, since the formatting, or not the formatting, since it's a 1 in 100. So let's begin now. Degree good, formatting's awful. Into a RESTful HIPAA compliant platform. Okay, why is that number bad? Shipped a hybrid corrective RAG. Why is this cap bolded? Why is that needed? With a multi-reference, what is that? That means nothing. Built a secure microservices on AWS. Microservices hot dog. Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. Time. You have committed the classic sin of trying to put in everything you've ever done, and it looks awful. Most of this stuff is hot dogs. Remember, I did not say an advanced amount of AI. I said basic AI. Basic AI. Basic AI. So, when you stated... First off, before I even go to the bullet point, this is not my formatting. This does not look like this. This is not this. Does this look like this? And the answer is not really, no. I don't know what you did exactly. I don't know if it's the font. Oh yeah, there's not a big enough gap in between these. Mine has a bigger gap in between because it's more legible. Remember, it is font 10.5, Arial, spacing is 1.5. I don't think you used 1.5. So that is that. That's one reason. The second thing is, yeesh, this is also so crammed together. And it's filled with stuff that I don't need. Like, translated abstract medical faculty requirements. Why do I need that? That's not explaining concepts to non-technical people. That's not that. People think when I say explain technical concepts to non-technical people that I am looking for you to build something that does that. No. That is a social thing. I need you to personally explain it, not build something that does it. So this does not count as anything I need. This is a hot dog. RESTful could be considered basic, but what is RESTful HIPAA compliant training platform? I don't know why I need that. Then this isn't needed except for cloud. So this is entirely hot dogs. To automate clinic feedback, that's fine. That's an understandable to a layman. But I don't need 600 medical students. Your numbers are irrelevant. Stop including that. And then for here, for some reason you bolded this like I was going to care about a hybrid corrective RAG. I'm not. I'm not looking for hybrid corrective RAG. I'm looking for RAG. There is a difference, or not a difference. But if Java is different than JavaScript, which it is, then hybrid corrective RAG might be different than RAG itself. So shipped a RAG, right? And then don't do this. Just say RAG. Like, what did you ship? Shipped a product using RAG, LangGraph, and something else. But this is completely irrelevant. Again, I don't care about a harness lang fuse validated at 92. That means nothing. That means nothing. Built a whatever microservice on AWS, and then the rest of this isn't really that needed. Using temporal, again, it's so word salady. And you know what I don't see? I don't see that you can take direction and criticism. I don't see that you could work well together with others. I absolutely do not see that you can explain technical concepts to non-technical people. That is critical. That is one of the most important things that you want for this type of job, but you don't do it. You show me way more tech than I need. You don't tell me how you used it. You filled your resume with numbers. Stop putting numbers. No numbers. The only numbers you should ever have in your resume, ever, is dates of employment and your phone number. Unless you're talking about the number of users specifically that were used on the AI infrastructure daily. That is it. That is the only number I want. This is so dense. It's, again, to use the hot dog hamburger analogy, it's like I wanted a hamburger with a little bit of ketchup, and instead of having a little bit of ketchup, you took this entire container of ketchup and just dumped it all onto the hamburger. Less is more. You stop trying to impress me, and especially because nobody cares. Nobody cares that it's a, whatever, 50K multi-step agent. That means nothing. That a 50 plus tools means nothing. 3K businesses means nothing. None of those are relevant. They're all hot dogs. I need you to take this resume and I need you to delete it because this does not count. None of this stuff is really what we need. It has way too much tech. It has zero technical concepts to non-technical people. And it fails to show that you can take direction and criticism and work well with others. And that is a core requirement of an intern. The amount of interns I've gotten jobs by just putting direction and criticism and working well with others and removing more of their tech is astronomical. Like, stop making your resume like this. Next resume. This is a Java backend engineer. They just made this resume, so we do not know if this is good or garbage. So what do we need for a Java engineer? We need Java, Spring, Spring Boot, Maven, SDLC, SQL, RESTful API or REST API, microservices, CI/CD, object-oriented programming, OOP, Git, Linux, Unix, Agile, Scrum, Cloud, architecting or systems work, Hibernate, Docker, Kubernetes, Kafka, and rare but nice to have is full stack, which is going to be different than the full stack we need. So JavaScript, React, Angular, Vue, DevOps, RabbitMQ, and AI. But again, extra credit is extra credit. You can pass without having any of the extra credit. Whew, so 20 seconds is on the clock, and let's find out and go. Okay, built an agentic code pipeline. All right, with OpenAI Codex. This is too much. This is a bad reason. Designed and implemented a multi-threaded hot dog. Let's see, implemented automated log cycle, hot dog. This would get rejected. Build a dual load balancer, hot dog. Time. Oh man, you started off almost okay. So like, first things first here. Where's the Java? I don't see. Why is this a Java developer? And the only Java I see is in 2022, all the way at the bottom. Again, we're not looking for an AI developer here. We're looking for a Java developer. If you want to know what AI engineer is, that's fine. I can give you the keywords for those, which is right here, which is this, which if you notice, I still don't need. This is filled to the brim with hot dogs. I don't know what you've done besides build an agentic code review. And that's it. That's all you've done. I don't see that you can use Java. I don't see that you can use Spring or Spring Boot or Maven. I don't see that you can do SDLC. I don't see that you can do SQL. I don't see that you can do RESTful APIs or REST APIs. I don't see any microservices. I don't see CI/CD. I don't see object-oriented programming. I don't see Git, Linux, Unix, Agile, Scrum. I don't see any cloud. I don't see any architecting or systems work. Wait, did I see architecting or systems work? I could not tell. This resume was so bad. I do not see any Hibernate, Docker, Kubernetes, or Kafka, and I don't see any full stack. Even with AI, again, if we judge this as an AI developer, let me get you those up so you can see it. I don't see any backend. I don't see any MLs or LLMs. I don't see any cloud. I don't see that you've built stuff in production. I did see you built stuff in production. I do see agentic, but not enough of the qualifications for what I'd want with it, because I need to see how you built the multi-systems and multi-agent work, and I didn't see that. I did see a little agentic coding. I did see one or two of the frameworks, but I don't see how you can communicate technical details to a non-technical audience, and I don't see MLOps, AI architecture, orchestration. So this fails at almost every single level. It doesn't have enough for a Java developer. Oh, great, I broke it. It doesn't have enough for a Java developer. It doesn't have enough for a AI developer, and it doesn't have enough for anything in between. You also have filled your resume with these garbage numbers. Remember, no numbers, no numbers. You're not sales. You're not a high-level manager. You do not want numbers. The only number I want is the volume of users on the infrastructure that you built. That is not the pull requests. That is not the request daily. That is the number of users and only the number of users that your infrastructure is being used for. That is it. That is the only number that I want to see besides your dates of employment. This resume completely fails at every level because I don't know what you did. I don't see anything I need. This is not a Java developer. This is not an AI engineer. This is nothing. You need to delete this and start again. These are terrible resumes. I don't know what you did. I don't know how you did it, and I don't know why you did it. Next, resume. This is a full stack developer or a Python developer. I don't know, one of the others. They said they just changed their resume, so they don't have a ratio. Their previous one was about 1 in 75, which is bad, but not the worst. Their back end, they know the biggest gap is not having SQL. Most of my experience is in non-relational databases, no SQL. That's fine to add. No. When I say SQL, let me be clear. Any SQL works. NoSQL, MySQL, SQL. There's like another SQL too. Any of the SQLs works. So if you've done NoSQL, that weirdly enough counts as SQL, despite it being specifically not SQL. So it still counts. I also have been looking into government jobs, but I know they require a different type of resume. Yes, they do. And I will be full disclosure for government jobs. I don't have a ton of experience. I'm mainly helping you all for the corporate world. The government government world is a little bit different. I can help you from the corporate world that contracts you to the government jobs, but not the government jobs itself. So what do we need for a full stack software engineer? We need degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, RESTful API or REST API, SQL, any. Weirdly enough, no SQL counts. Cloud, AWS, GCP, or Azure. Backend, React or React Native, Git, GitHub, CI/CD, Agile, and DevOps. And extra credit for AI tools, and again, number of users if you built the infrastructure, cross-functional, and development tools. So 20 seconds is on the clock. Let's see what we can find. And go. Okay, good. Degree, good. Architected a scalable RESTful backend using Node.js and TypeScript. Google Cloud Platform. Okay, deploying cloud leverage Firebase stores. Real-time processing for this is a little too much hot dog. Developed an automated CSV pipeline using Python and GitHub Action Stream testing. It's fine. Engineer cross-function platform for manage real-time biometrics for Git. Hot dog except for Git. Time. It's a little wordy. I definitely see what's happening, but again, I'm not sure if you're a Python dev or a full. I think this is supposed to be for Python and not full stack. So for a Python software engineer, what I would want is this stuff, which I kind of have, right? Like they still want full stack, so like JavaScript, TypeScript, HTML. Like I think that's kind of my problem is I still don't have exactly what I need with this. So architected a scalable RESTful API backend is fine using Node.js and TypeScript, but like I still need JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. I no matter which one I'm going for, I know you don't want to include it. I know you think that because you have TypeScript, everybody knows it. You need to include it. It's that critical. So I'm still missing JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. And then this is kind of also just worded weirdly. Like, I'd rather you said create, like, what is, why did, I like, created a RESTful API. Like, I don't know why you fully did this. Like, on a cross-platform mobile app, used TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS on a Google Cloud platform, GCP, to support secure users' authentication and real-time data processing. Like, I'd rather you say that and then move RESTful API to another one. Then developed an automated C2C pipeline using GitHub and Python is fine. But remember, I'm not looking for GitHub Actions. I'm looking for GitHub. I know that sounds insane, but if Java is different than JavaScript, then GitHub Actions could be different than GitHub. So make sure you are specific. Although I think the Python one actually wants the GitHub Actions. No, it doesn't. It just wants that. Okay. So to streamline testing protocols. In fact, you could even just end it here, right? To streamline our testing protocols. That is a fine sentence. It's short, it's sweet, it's to the point. Developed an automated CI/CD pipeline using Python and GitHub to streamline our testing protocols. That's it. That's fine. You're good. And then here, the problem I have is the only thing you say I need is Git. And then I ran out of time. And I didn't even get to Agile, which also only has kind of one keyword here. So this has one, that has one. And then I don't see React. And that's I just bit my tongue. And that's about the only thing that you're missing. So you're missing JavaScript, HTML, CSS. You're missing, I think it was React or React Native and DevOps. But otherwise, you just need to simplify this a little more. Because again, this is a fine sentence. This is too long. This only has one keyword and this has one keyword. So just, you're on the right track, but I really want to make sure you fine tune this. Next resume. This is a resume of an embedded software engineer, systems engineer. So this person has a ratio of 80:1, which normally would be bad, but not like the worst. It'd be like a D-. But because embedded is hot, this is one of the few industries that is still hiring and is still very hot. That's the equivalent of a software engineer's 1 in 180. So I'm expecting this resume to do a lot bad, have maybe one or two things that I want. But let's see what we have. So what do we need? We need degree, C or C++, preferably Linux, Python, TCP, IP, UART, SPI, I2C, real-time operating systems, RTOS, embedded systems development tools, certs. I can't list them all. So like an example is ISO, but there's more. Clearance, debugging systems, the type of industry and what you're working on. So like engines, like car engines or train wheels. And explaining technical topics to non-technical people, Git, and cross-functional. So, 20 seconds is on the clock, and go. Okay, degree, good. This doesn't matter. Okay. Built a multi-sensor embedded device on a hot dog that reads environmental data from 2 sensors. Why does the time matter? Overall, why does this matter? It doesn't. RTOS, but this is a free RTOS, and GPO interrupts its own. This means nothing. This means nothing. This is a hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. Time. Yeah, I understand why this is bad. So first things first, remember, your market is good. If this was any other market, you would be getting a 1 in 180, but you have a good market. This resume should be getting you a 1 in like 50 or less. Oh, wait. Hold on. You're not graduating till December? Wait a minute. You're not graduating until December. Typically, are you looking for an internship? Or are you looking for a full-time role? Because internships are different than full-time roles. Internships, I see. This is a problem. People need to be very specific. Did I misread this? No, I didn't. Are you looking for an internship or a full-time role? They're in chat right now, so they better answer very quickly. But like an intern would want, well, some of this, but the ability to work with others and take direction and criticism. So I'm under the assumption this is a full-time role, but people are probably not going to hire you until about 3 months prior to your graduation. So I understand that you are graduating in 5 months from now, which means you probably shouldn't really start applying until about 2 months from now, seriously. But if you are, when you do start applying, what I really need you to do is start making this better, because a lot of this was hot dogs, right? What is an STM32? Hot dog. From 2 sensors. Why does it matter that there's 2 sensors? This doesn't matter, and this is not a non-technical reason you did it. That is not understandable by a layman, and thus would get you rejected. Then free RTOS. Okay, again, I want to see RTOS, not free. Remember, if JavaScript is different than Java, then free RTOS might be different than RTOS. And then you filled it with all of this, which again is a hot dog, right? Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, using hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. And why does it matter that we reduce the latency? I don't know. You didn't tell me. Let's see. Okay, so this person is an intern. They said they're an intern. So this is also part of the problem with an internship is, A, you don't have enough tech. Like, you cannot fill your resume with this. Like, I understand. Remember, we are not looking for keywords. We are looking for qualifications. So while this does have C, C++, Python, RTOS, it does have SPIWART, TCP, and IP. I cannot use anything here. They need to be in the bullet points, and this does not tell me anything. You have a UART streaming, formatting streaming sensor over baud, allowing readings to be checked without an actual debugger. See, that's actually a good non-technical reason. This is fine, but the rest of this isn't. Remember, this is hot dogs and I need hamburgers. So if you're applying for internships, which is fine, you then need to include how you did. You need to include you need to include how you took direction and criticism and how you work together with others. And I do need you to explain technical concepts to non-technical people. This is why you haven't gotten an intern, is you filled this with technical stuff. Even when you graduate, even when you're about 3 months away from graduating and you're applying to full-time roles, this still wouldn't fly. I need to see how you use this. I need to see the non-technical reason. And your job is to explain these concepts to non-technical people. That is part of your job. That will be your job. You will need to explain to Bob, who cannot turn on his monitor, why you needed to use a UART SPI-ITC, how you debug it, how you debug stuff, what you did. So the problem I have with this is it explains absolutely nothing. It's filled to the brim with hot dogs and not hamburgers, and you don't tell me non-technical reasons. You need to build this for a non-technical audience. The manager wants you to do that, not just the recruiter, the manager. So that is all I can do for this resume, and that is it for this video. I just wanted to thank you all for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, and to my members who get access to my videos early, thank you very much for your support. I could not do this without you. Your support lets me, well, do this for other people, lets me keep it free, so thank you so much for your support and keeping the lights on my small channel. If anybody wants to join, they can join in the link below, but thank you for your support. And on that note, I will see you all in the next video to help get you ahead of your job search. Later.